I am the founder and CEO of Edvision, Dr. Shanoli Rai, and my co-founder, Dr. Vikrant Singhal. We welcome you all. Let me explain briefly what Edvision is all about. Edvision is an ISO certified and MSME Government of India registered skill training and learning platform. Apart from various skill training programs, we also are going to start online learning platform through our website, where you can find various short courses, self-paced courses. So let me introduce you briefly to the 5 unique feature of Edvision. First is a diverse learning ecosystem. Edvision offers a wide spectrum of courses from leadership and sustainability to communication, finance, catering to various facets of personal and professional development. Second is expert-led programs. Our training sessions are led by industry experts and thought leaders, ensuring that participants receive top-notch education and insights. Number 3 is customizable training. Edvision always provides tailor-made training sessions, allowing organizations and individuals to address specific skill gaps and learning objectives. Fourth is cutting-edge content. We stay ahead of the curve by continuously updating our course content to align with industry trends and emerging technology. And number 5 is community of learners. Edvision fosters a supportive community of learners, encouraging collaboration, networking, and peer-to-peer learning, enriching the overall educational experience. So these are the unique features of Edvision. And today, on this motto, keeping in mind, we have organized a free training session on storytelling, which will be conducted by Dr. Sonia Abraham. She is one of the core team members of Edvision and also working as HOD of English department in DPS Bilaspur. So let's welcome Dr. Sonia Abraham. The stage is all yours, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. It's pleasure being a part of Edvision. And yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dr. Sonia Abraham, an educationist and a curious learner. I'm lucky to be a part of Edvision. So on behalf of Edvision, I welcome you all to the storytelling webinar. Today, we embark on the journey through the art of storytelling, a journey that encompasses my story, your story, and the story of Edvision. Join us as we delve into the world of learning through storytelling. As we all know, the topic for today's webinar is Learn the Art of Captivating Storytelling and Narrative Techniques. Improve storytelling skills, enhance communication, and engaging presentation. Before learning the art of storytelling, let's know what exactly is this storytelling and how we human beings are related to it. So, let me tell you that storytelling is a multifaceted and fundamental aspect of human culture and communication. It serves various purposes that ranges from entertainment and education to cultural preservation and personal growth. The history of storytelling is deeply intertwined with the history of humanity itself, as storytelling has been a fundamental means of communication and the cultural expression of thousands of years. The history of storytelling reflects the evolution of human communication and creativity From oral traditions to the digital age, storytelling continues to adapt and thrive, shaping cultures and sharing knowledge and entertaining audiences worldwide. Now, as it is a storytelling session, let's start with a story, the story of a frog. सुन लो एक कहानी, इसमें राजा है न रानी. सुन लो एक कहानी, इसमें राजा है न रानी. मैं आज सुनाती हूँ, मैं आज सुनाती हूँ. तारररररा, तारररररा. Once upon a time, the frogs in the jungle decided that we are going to have a race. Array, nobody looks upon us. Everybody is interested in the tiger, in the elephant, and in the lion. So we will have a unique race. And this race was to climb up a fort. And the climb up the fort right to the top. All the animals in the jungle came to cheer them. And they all started saying, "Oh, come on, up, 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 come on." They all started cheering the frogs to climb. And the frog went racing up. And when the frog went racing up, they were tired. They went scampering up the fort. Of course, it was slippery. And then they started falling. Tadak, chapr, trrr. They came falling off. And only few frogs continued. And now the audience who were cheering slowly realized, oh no, it's not the correct thing to do. They started saying, hey, come back. Oh, get down, get down. You are going to hurt yourself. So come back. So here, the animals who came to cheer, they were afraid and they started calling the frogs back. A few, when they were going up, looked down and they said, oh, and thought to better to come back. Slowly, they started sliding down. But one fellow, he kept going. Everybody got worried. Altogether, they shouted, come back, you will die. Frogs are not meant to climb. It's so dangerous. Come back, come back. But the frog went climbing and climbing, and he reached the top. He won the race and everybody clapped. They couldn't help clapping. Yes. Can we all clap for the frog who reached the top? Yes. Can we all clap? Yes. So we'll all clap. Clapping is a good exercise. We can all clap. Yes. So the same way they clapped and they encouraged the the frog who won the race. And the vulture, who was the umpire, sitting at the top, said, "Gentlemen, I have a question for you. When everybody was telling you not to climb, how did you still have the courage to do it?" You know what the winner frog said? Eh? Did you understand? Why did he say eh? Because the frog who won was deaf. So here, the moral of the story is, be deaf to negative thoughts. And then, certainly, you are the winner. So, here, we come to know that stories gives lesson in our day-to-day life. So again, we'll come back to our topic, learn the art of captivating storytelling and narrative techniques. Well, this and other stories are what I would tell my students at school. And this is how I develop a good rapport with my students. And why did this happen? Simply because on and off, I share stories with them. And I often said to them, you know what? I value spending time with you. I like being with you. I like talking to you. And that's what storytelling does. And altogether, children and I, we travel on the wings of the words and travel to new lands, to new places where we loved, we cried, we got scared, we got excited, surprised, and then I brought them back safely. And so there was such a trust and bond that built between us. This is the power of storytelling, particularly of oral narration, where you stand or sit with someone who tells stories. Human beings love to make stories, love to share stories, love to tell stories. You know, when my daughter was 2 years old, she would turn to my husband and say, Papa, the dog is smiling at me because I'm wearing a pink frock. It was her story about her favorite dress. Like that, all of us, of all ages and all times, make stories. Think about it. The cave people who wrote the stories or painted the stories of their exploits on the cave walls as cave painting. And today, what we do? We click selfies and put it on the Facebook wall. We are still living with stories, still wanting to share stories, because as creatures, we are programmed to storytelling. Those people who have mastered the art of storytelling, they know it very well. And that's why they say storytellers rule the world. They know the power stories have on us, while a lot of us don't. What storyteller do is they make the stories of everything. Storyizing content is what storytellers move forward, and we love stories. That's why we lap it all up. Sometimes not stopping to think, what are the stories that we are lapping up? So let's take a minute to think. Who are those who are making the biggest stories that we take? They are the leaders, they are the media, they are the politicians, they are huge marketing campaigns. Yes, they are the best storytellers we have around us. They have mastered the art, and this way they can sway us in a positive way and influence us to take action towards something which could benefit all of us. Now, coming to the importance of storytelling. Storytelling is powerful and universal human communication tool that has played a vital role in our culture and society for millennia. Its importance can be seen across various aspects of human life, including education, entertainment, business, and personal relationship. Here are some key reasons why storytelling is important. So, from the audience, from the participants, can anybody tell the key sources why storytelling is important?
To connect.
What is the importance of, you can unmute yourself, Vikrant sir. You can unmute
Develops
yourself
the
and you can,
communication.
yes,
To
it helps
develop
in
interest.
communication.
To develop interest among the students, or rather
To
among the
develop
children.
interest.
class
Absolutely,
to
very
make
good. Yes,
the class very interesting and engaging.
yes.
To make them
Yes,
attentive
To
in the
make
class.
them
To make the topic understandable,
yes.
to
So,
develop their imagination and vocabulary.
yes, very good, very nice.
You can show the
So,
pictures also with that,
Through,
so that
through
they can
stories,
understand
many
better.
concepts are clear.
very
Even
good,
to
very
develop
good.
curiosity among the students.
Yes, yes.
Ma'am,
We are
through
very
So,
stories
curious
the
to know
teachers
what
also.
will come the next.
yes. So to develop
Yeah.
interest, to increase the vocabulary. Yes,
Make them understand in a
absolutely.
better way.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
He can,
So,
student can express their feeling and emotions.
Improve their
yes,
observation.
yes, absolutely.
They
Very good,
even
very
start
good.
thinking what will be happening the next, what will happen the next. They even start
Yes,
Yeah.
imagining the
curiosity.
things. Yeah,
Yes,
curiosity.
yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. You know, we all are
They will grasp
teachers.
the story
So,
in their mind. They will
yes.
grasp the
So we
story
are,
in their mind.
yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Very good, very good.
Hello,
I'm so
ma'am.
happy to have, yes, ma'am. I'm so
Whenever we
happy
want
to,
to teach them any new concept, we can convert that concept into the story, so children can easily understood.
yes, yes,
They can
absolutely.
create
Very
themselves
good.
also.
Okay, very good, very good. So I'm so happy that I got such a interacting participants. I'm very happy. So as we all are teachers, we are thinking only as per the perspective of a teacher. But you know, storytelling is very important in everybody's life, not only in teachers. Even sometimes, don't you think that when you are tensed or when you are having some problem, if you hear a 5 minute story, it will give, if it will freshen up your mind, it will take you away from that problem. And what the business people do now, they get stories to promote their business. So by the end of the webinar, I'll tell you, the businessmen, those who are earning crores, they take the help of storytelling to promote their business. So coming to back to the slides again, I'll share my screen with you all. So here we were in the importance of storytelling. Storytelling is a powerful and universal human communication tool that has played a vital role in our culture and society for millennia. Its importance can be seen across various aspects of human life, including education, entertainment, business, and personal relationship. Here are some key reasons why storytelling is important. The first one is engagement and connection. As you all said, to connect with our students, stories capture people's attention and engage their emotion. When you tell a story, you create a connection with your audience, making it easier for them to relate to and remember the information you are conveying. Then, second thing is memorability. We remember stories much better than dry facts and statistics. This is because narratives provide context, emotional resonance, and a structure that our brains find easier to retain. To communicate complex ideas that often we teachers do, especially the language teachers, storytelling can simplify and clarify complex concepts by using analogies, metaphors, and relatable characters or situations. You can help our audience understand intricate and abstract ideas. Then, fourth one is cultural transmission. Stories have been a primary means of passing down cultural values, tradition, and the history from generation to generation. They help preserve a society's identity and values. We all know it is done in mythological books, inspiration and motivation. Stories have a power to inspire and motivate. They can move people to action, whether it's through tales of overcoming adversity, achieving greatness, and making positive impact, everything. We have read many books of motivational writers like Shiv Hare and Paulo Coelho, and these are the people who inspire us, who motivate us through storytelling. Then fifth one is conflict resolution. Storytelling can be a constructive way to address conflicts and differences. Sharing personal narratives and understanding differences just uh, personal narratives and understanding different perspective can foster empathy and reconciliation. Then seventh one, as I told, is marketing and branding. In business, storytelling is crucial tool for marketing and branding. Companies use narratives to uh, connect with customers on a personal level, conveying their brand identity and create emotional bonds. Then, of course, we teachers, we implement storytelling in teaching and learning. Storytelling has long been used as an educational tool. It helps students grasp complex concepts, encourages critical thinking, and enhances retention. Many cultures have used oral traditions and folklore as a means of education. Then, entertainment and escapism. Stories are a form of entertainment that allow people to escape from their daily lives and immerse themselves in different worlds, experience, and emotion. Then 10th one is cultural expression. Storytelling is fundamental aspect of cultural expression, allowing individuals and communities to share their unique perspectives, experiences, and creativity. Preservation of history. Like whenever we go to monuments and all, historical monuments, so what the guide does, they tell the stories that keeps us engaged, that keeps us connected with the historical places. So historians and researchers often rely on narratives, diaries, and personal accounts to gain insight into the past. These stories help us understand historical events from a personal and emotional perspective. Then last is building trust. When people share personal stories, it can build trust and authenticity, whether in personal relationship or in professional setting. Sharing personal narratives can humanize individual organization. Then the most important thing now, it is the elements of good storytelling. So that is very important. And though I must tell you that storytelling cannot be learned in a day or two. So this is just an introduction. So here I would just tell the elements, but then you have to practice. That needs time, and then getting deep into it. You know, in foreign countries and many organization here also, they get diploma courses in storytelling. So at least we can get an introduction of the key elements of storytelling. Certainly, storytelling is powerful way to engage your readers or listeners and immerse them into your narrative. Here are some storytelling tips that can help you craft compelling stories. The first one is vivid description. Use descriptive language to create a clear mental image of setting, characters, and object in your story. Like we say that once upon a time in a dense jungle, there was a huge elephant. So it should create a clear mental image of setting, character, and object in your story. Appeal to the senses by describing not only what things look like, but also what they smell, how it tastes, sound, and feel like. Show, don't tell. Instead of saying a character is sad, describe their downcast eyes, trembling voice, and tear-streaked cheeks to convey their sadness. Dialogue. Second element is dialogue. Use dialogue to reveal characters, personalities, and relationship. People, speech, pattern, choice of words, and tone can tell a lot about them. Keep dialogue natural and realistic. So you don't have to use ornamental words or very big use vocabulary, tough vocabularies in your story. It should be to interact with the listeners. So use it, keep it natural and realistic. Listen to how people talk in real life and strive to replicate that in your story. Use dialogue to advance the plot, convey information, or build tension. It should serve a purpose beyond just conversation. Then, third is sensory details. Engage the senses of your readers by incorporating sensory details. Describe the taste of delicious meals, the warmth of the sunny day, or the chilling touch of the winter breeze. Sensory details can help create a more immersive experience, making the readers feel like they are part of the story. Then fourth comes the very important thing, that is character development. Create well-rounded and relatable characters. Give them strengths, weakness, desires, and flaws that make them feel human. Show character growth or change throughout the story. This can be the central element of the plot. Then fifth is conflict. In all stories, there should be conflicts. Every story needs conflict and resolution too. It can be internal or external. Internal means emotional struggles and externals means physical challenges. But it's what drives the plot forward. Resolution is equally important. Readers should see how the conflict is resolved and how it impacts the characters and the world you have created. Now, we have our 6 elements of good storytelling, that is pacing. Balance between action and introspection. Use slower moments and character development and reflection, and faster pacing for action scenes or plot twists. Keep the story moving forward. Avoid unnecessary details or scenes that don't contribute to the overall plot or character development. Then we should have emotional connection. Create an emotional connection between the character and the audience. Create reader care about what happens to the character. Tap into the universal emotions like love, fear, joy, and sadness to resonate with broad audience. Foreshadowing and surprises. Foreshadowing hints at future events in the story, building anticipation, and include surprises or plot twists can keep your audience engaged and eager to know what happens next. Consistency and logic is another important element of storytelling. Ensure that the world you have created follows its own rules and logics. Inconsistencies can pull readers out of the story. Pay attention to the details and the timelines to maintain continuity. Then at last, you should really care about the revision and editing. It's a very important part of storytelling. Don't be afraid to revise and edit your work. The first draft is rarely perfect, we all know. Refine your storytelling by reviewing and make improvements. Remember, storytelling is an art. It takes practice to master. Keep honing your skill. Seek feedback from others, and most importantly, have fun in telling your stories. Then, we have some real world examples of businesses and individuals who have successfully used storytelling to achieve their goals. Like, certainly, there are many people, but we can take few examples which will motivate you all to learn storytelling, to get into storytelling. Certainly, storytelling is a powerful tool that businesses and individuals have used to achieve various goals, from building brand awareness to inspiring changes. Here are some real-world examples. Apple. Apple is renowned for its storytelling and marketing. Their 1984 commercial during the Super Bowl is a classic example. It told a story of rebellion against conformity, positioning Apple as a revolutionary brand. Their product launches with Steve Jobs' charismatic presentation with are also great examples of storytelling to generate excitement and anticipation. Dove, you know, Dove soap and cream, Dove's Real Beauty campaign. Dove's Real Beauty campaign focused on challenging conventional beauty standards. They use storytelling through videos and advertisement featuring real women and their personal stories. This approach helped Dove connect with consumers on a deeper level, leading to increased branding loyalty. Nike's Just Do It campaign. Nike's iconic slogan, Just Do It, is a powerful story in itself. It encourages individuals to overcome obstacles and achieve their goal, no matter how daunting. Nike has effectively used storytelling in its advertising and endorsement, featuring athletes, inspiring journeys, and achievement. Malala Yousafzai. Malala's story of advocating for girls' education in Pakistan, surviving the gunshot wound, and later winning the Nobel Peace Prize is a powerful personal narrative. Her storytelling has raised awareness about girls' education worldwide and inspired countless individuals to take action for education equality. Airbnb. Airbnb uses user-generated content and storytelling to create trust and the sense of community amongst its users. Hosts share their stories and experiences, showcasing the unique and authentic accommodations available on the platform. This approach has helped Airbnb establish itself as a trusted marketplace for travelers. Charity Water. Charity Water, a non-profit organization, uses storytelling to raise awareness and funds for clear water projects in developing countries. They share compelling stories about the impact of clean water on individuals and communities, encouraging people to donate and get involved. Then TED Talks. TED Talks are the platform where individuals share their stories and ideas to inspire and educate. Many TED speakers like Brene Brown, Simon Sinek have leveraged storytelling to convey complex ideas in a relatable and engaging way. These examples demonstrate how storytelling can be a potent tool for achieving a wide range of goals, from marketing and brand building to social impact and personal inspiration. Storytelling connects people on an emotional level and leaves a lasting impression, making it a valuable strategy for business and individuals alike. So now, all my teachers, all the participants, they may have got a broad idea how storytelling can help in every field, in everything. If you are a human being, how storytelling can help you. So can you all raise your hands who knew about new perspective of storytelling? Can I see your hands? Thank you. Thank you. That means it was just a confirmation for me that you all are interested, you all are attending. uh, attentively attending the webinar. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Yes. Now, so when we say storytelling, we can understand that the world, the story, everything, it's not all filled with goody goodies. There are problems also connected to all good things. So now let's speak about the range of challenges faced by the storytellers. Storytellers, they often face a range of challenges throughout their creative journey. Here are some common challenges and strategies to overcome them. First, we will talk about the challenges. So the challenges are audiences disengagement. So what happens? So everybody has their own problem. They might be busy with their work and all. Sometimes the audience are not just engaged. Second, the ethical dilemmas in storytelling. So as I told you, stories can be good, stories can be bad. So we have to face the storytellers. They have to face the ethical dilemmas in storytelling. So sometimes nowadays, because of the multimedia, because we are living in a digital world, we storytellers have a lack of motivation. We don't get motivation. Then the plot holes and inconsistencies, and finally, for a starter, the fear of rejection and criticism. That is the most important challenge that everybody face. So whether it is in storytelling field or any field, so human beings, the fear of rejection and criticism is the utmost fear a human being face. Remember that challenges are a natural part of a creative process. Adapt the strategies of elements of good storytelling to your unique storytelling style and circumstances. And don't be discouraged by the setbacks. Perseverance and continuous improvement are key to become a successful storyteller. So now, if we have challenges, we should have the perseverance. And how to keep on perceiving. I'll give you some tips, but it's all upon you how you implement it. Improving storytelling skills can benefit individuals in various aspects of life, from business presentation to personal anecdotes. Here are various tools and resources that can help you all to enhance your storytelling abilities. The first one is books on storytelling. So you can find various books on storytelling, The Anatomy of Story, 22 Steps of Becoming a Master Storyteller, The Elements of Story, Field Note of Nonfiction Writing. Then you can come to some online courses but it is little costly, but you can attend the courses like Coursera. Udemy offers the course like storytelling for public speaking, digital storytelling, capturing lives, and then podcast. The Story Collider blends science and personal stories. Then storytelling workshops are there. Check local community centers like EdVision or organizations and other organizations for storytelling. When you have EdVision, you don't have to worry anything about learning storytelling. So such organization for storytelling workshop or events in your area, storytelling organizations are also there. And then we can go for blogs and websites, storytelling communities. And finally, the very important thing, that is practice and feedback. Nothing better than it. Share your stories with your friends, with your family, or in an open mic event to get feedback and improve your storytelling skills. Yes, remember that storytelling is an evolving act, and there are always new techniques and ideas to explore. These resources can help you continue to grow and develop as a storyteller. So now, as we are running short of time, as we are coming to the end of the webinar, I would like to ask some of the participants to tell the takeaways of today's webinar. May I know, Vikrant sir? please give the participants permission to unmute themselves.
Yeah, sure.
Very good evening, everyone. After listening to Dr. Sonia, my first take-home message will be self-practice is the best practice. So this is from my side. Apart from learning from various portals, the more we practice, the more we become apt in storytelling. Thank you.
Definitely. Definitely. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening. Am I audible?
Good evening, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Pratiksha, ma'am.
I'm Sri Chaitanya Principal. It was indeed a wonderful session for me to attend. I'm really thankful to you. And
Thank
my
you, ma'am.
institution has a story. So whenever we have orientation, we begin with the story of the inception. So I think story is very like necessary for the success, as you mentioned, about the TED talk and about the brands and how they promote story. So I think to be successful, you need a story. So that was my takeaway, and we are implementing it rigorously during our admission campaigns and during our parent orientation. So I got like really enlightened of like the way you were speaking. It was very, very interesting, ma'am, and I'm very fortunate
Thank you.
that I had a wonderful evening with you. Thank you so much.
It's my pleasure, ma'am. Yes, some more takeaways? So everybody has a story. So please come up with your story, please. A line or two.
May I talk to you? It is nice to talk and listen you today evening. And I'm ex-IITian. Of course, storytelling has very important thing. But what I feel, ये कुछ ऐसा है कि मुर्गी पहले है या अंडा पहले है. कैसे करना है, that we have to see. But why admissions are more towards the good institutions is a point of learning. Of course, your important tips are very, very much required in today's scenario. But good teaching, good atmosphere in the campus definitely is going to help for future admissions. A word of mouth,
yes,
it spreads through automatically. I mean, there's no need to go for that.
So that is storytelling, sir. That is storytelling. So everybody, it is not necessary that we have to go to the traditional way of stories. So word of mouth, that is the story, that is your story. And everybody has their own story.
Correct. You are right. Here I agree with you. And definitely the present institution where I am working now, the things are very much required. Very much required. Thank you very much for your
Thank you, sir.
tips.
Thank you.
For your tips.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes,
I
Prerna,
would
ma'am.
just like to add on. I think that we all said about story books and other things, but it should always be remembered by everyone that the book should be to that level of the student. You cannot bring any storybook and read it for a kindergarten child or anything. It should be like taken care of that the level of the storybooks also should be maintained.
And that is the reason we teachers are. We teachers are to guide them about the level of book, guide them, provide them the names to our children. And organization like EdVision, we are there to guide them in such a way that they should get the correct book. The teacher should get the correct book. Yes. So it is the responsibility of the teachers to guide the students properly. The same way, it is the responsibility, EdVision people consider it as our responsibility to guide our participants, our webinar participants, or whomever we are connected with, our members, in a correct way, so that we can provide the best to the world, to the universe.
Yes, ma'am. And voice modulation is very important when it comes to storytelling.
Yes. So we
Thank
have to get that feel. That feel should be, as I told in my, in the importance, that the attendees or the listeners, they should feel, they should taste, they should feel the love. So that is the reason you don't have to just narrate it. You have to get into the nerves, get the feeling in the listeners. That is very important, Prema ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes. Now, the takeaways stories have been just in a line. If I should tell the takeaway, it is stories have been around since the beginning of time, passed down to us in oral and written form, and are the easiest way to connect. One who knows the art of storytelling can rule the world. So join a storytelling community where you can share your own stories and be the master in storytelling. And now it's a feedback session. You will get a feedback link and please fill it. It's a request to all the participants to fill the feedback form. So while you all are filling the feedback form, one more last story. I would like to end the webinar with the story. The story is a very inspirational story. You all might have heard the story of starfish. Once upon a time, there was an old man who used to go to the ocean to do his writing. He had a habit of walking on the beach every morning before he began his work. Early one morning, he was walking along the shore after a big storm. He had passed and found the vast beach littered with starfish as far as the eye could see, stretching in both directions. Off in the distance, the old man noticed a small boy approaching. As the boy walked, he paused every so often, and as he grew closer, the man could see that he was occasionally bending down to pick up an object and throw it into the sea. The boy came closer still, and the man called out, "Good morning. May I ask you, what is it that you are trying to do?" The young boy paused, looked up, and replied, "I'm throwing starfish into the ocean. The tide has washed them up into the beach, and they can't return to the sea by themselves. When the sun gets high, they will die unless I throw them back into the water." The old man nodded in understanding and said, "But there must be tens of thousands of starfish on this beach. I'm afraid you won't really be able to make much a difference." The boy bent down, picked up yet another starfish, and threw it as far as he could into the ocean. Then he turned, smiled, and said, "I made a difference to this one." This simple story conveys a powerful message about making a positive impact, the importance of individual action, and the ripple effect of a small act of kindness. It is a versatile story that can be adapted to various topics
Nice to
such
see
as
you.
leadership, teamwork, motivation, or social responsibility. So, with this, we come to the end of the session. Thank you from my side. I hope you all have filled the feedback form.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Feedback नहीं मिला.
Ma'am, we didn't get the feedback form.
The feedback form will be shared in a group. You all are in the free admission free webinar group. Just after this workshop ends, concludes, so we will share the feedback form. Please fill it up.
Yeah, we have already shared into the group.
Okay, it's
done,
already
ma'am.
been shared into the group.
Done in WhatsApp group,
And
sir. We have already submitted. In WhatsApp group, we have got the feedback form.
yes, yes. So that was a wonderful session, Dr. Sonia. It was not only
Thank you,
interesting, but also interactive. And I would
Thank you,
like
ma'am.
to hear more from the audience, the attendees rather. Anybody else, if you want to share your views, your story, it's not only inside the classroom. In our daily life, if we think about it, our story matters the most, I think. So in our family issues also, if you can project the story properly, we can get the support from our family members also. So in one way, I would like to say that it's not only important for teaching and learning, it also important to communicate in our day-to-day life, day-to-day experience, and to project ourselves better in all situations. That is what the real importance of storytelling. So is there Dr. Rajput? Is there? I think he's not there. I wanted to hear his feedback also. Anybody else wants to highlight anything?
Chanoli ma'am, just wanted to add on to it. When we go for our own storytelling, it helps us in our daily lives. We can go for conflict management if there are conflicts in the family or at the workplace. So when you're narrating your own story, it helps a lot. Number two, it's a good convincing tool. It's a good convincing tool which can be used in a wonderful manner. So just an add-on from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, that is
Thank
what
you.
I was
Wonderful.
discussing. Actually, we can use, or we rather use the storytelling method in our personal lives also to get support, to convince other members of the family or in our workplace. If we can narrate our stories properly and convince persuade others, then it helps us getting our works done. So we should think beyond classroom also regarding storytelling. Anybody else?
Good evening, ma'am.
You
I
can
am
unmute
Snehlata from
yourself and say.
Chandigarh. Am
Yes,
I
ma'am.
audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you to Sonali ma'am to arrange such a nice topic in the webinar, and Dr. Sonia as well. So from the bottom of our heart, on behalf of participants, I would like to thank. Rest, I would like to add that storytelling also, give chance to the students or any person to express their feelings as well as emotions. This is first thing which I feel sometimes we are not able to express, but in the form of story, we are able to express it nicely. Number one. And secondly, we need our children, to develop the skills, especially the 21st century skills. So when we want this, we have to, use our classrooms in such a way that children get a chance to express themselves. Then only they are able to use the critical thinking, creative, and all those skills which are there in the 21st century. Not only like we explain what are 21st century skills, but let the children and others use it in today's era. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for your insight also.
Thank you, ma'am.
So I think we can wrap up now. We have heard about the feedback or insights from audiences. And we will look forward to conduct the more sessions on storytelling.
Definitely, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
so much, ma'am.
Thank you, and good night.
Good night.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks a lot, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Your presentation is very nice.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for a wonderful workshop. Thank you once again. Thank you so much.
My
Thank you
pleasure,
so
ma'am.
much,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Good night, ma'am.
Thank you. Good
Thank you,
night.
ma'am.
Very good night.